Okay, welcome to the sale of my VW T5. It's a 2007 model. It's a two-wheel drive. This one's in reflex silver. It's got the full-length Rhino roof rack, which also has the roller bar on the back, which you get with the rear barn door models rather than a tailgate. The van's in pretty good condition overall. You can see that there are some areas of rust that need to be addressed. They haven't gotten worse since I've owned it. I've had it about 3 years. Everything works as it should. So we'll open these back doors. I'll show you what's inside. And so I bought the van with the intention of using it for carrying stuff. You'll see in the pictures that this bed folds up and it attaches to the side. I made the bed out of some bits and pieces lying around. It's very colourful, but when you put a mattress topper on it, it's absolutely fine. Everything's carpet lined. You've got some lights that are all wired into a leisure battery. Got a little cabinet I made out of plywood. I'd consider that this cabinet would probably be removed and some proper cabinets put in, but it was perfectly fine for me because I was using it for just carrying a few cushions and things around. If you look further up, you'll see it's got the double swivel seat. And then again next to it you can see to the right of the driver's seat, that's where your diesel heater controls are and your leisure battery isolator switch is there. Everything's covered in this kind of green sort of like material. Same with the roof as well, which is all in pretty good condition despite still using the van for work purposes. So go to this side, you've got another window with a little side opener in it. Again, you can see the inside is pretty clean for what it is. We've got our electronics panel here. This switch operates the lights. And underneath the driver's seat, we've got our leisure battery. That's a 110 amp AGM battery. We've got an isolator switch. And that, if we take that out, it stops the heater from being lit up, as you can see. And that isolates it. It also means that if you're not using the van, you're not going to lose any charge. And that's pretty much that. This is the part which has got, this sill had a scrape in it. I've been inhibiting the rust rather than painting it. Hasn't really got any worse since I've owned it, but I just put some rust inhibitor on there. Apart from that, there isn't really any major rust. There's a couple of little things there. These you'll find, yes, you know, they're not nice, but these reflex silver bonnets, people take them off when they do a facelift. You can pick them up for next to nothing. Same with the wing as well. There's a bit of rust on there. Again, it's not deep. I put rust inhibitor on it to stop it getting worse. You could replace both wings and bonnet for very little money. To note as well, so we've got these kind of all-terrain tyres and black rims. Tyres are in pretty decent condition, lots of tread left on them. They fit quite nicely in the wheel well. So if we have a look in here, we can see, I'm going to lift the bonnet up. It's a cold start, so the engine's cold. We'll go in here and have a look. So this is your 2.5 turbo diesel. Since I've had the van, it's had filter, oil change, also had gaskets to the turbo, to the engine block. There's a tandem pump in here that was rebuilt. There was an oil leak from that. It's had a new center section from the DPF to the main exhaust. It's had a new steering pump as well, that was done, and a Gates coupling that was done at the same time. Had the intercooler was changed, that had a split in it when I bought it. Apart from that, it sort of runs as standard. Hasn't been mapped in any way. This is the 2.5 BNZ engine, which is the one, in my opinion, is a better one to have because it's got a slightly lower boost. It's a 130 PD engine. It's got a slightly lower boost, and I believe that the turbo and the Injectors on this are more durable than others. Again, it hasn't been messed with, hasn't been mapped, hasn't been anything done to it. It just runs as it should. So we'll go in and we'll give it a start. Again, it's a cold start. Okay, and we've started straight up. The only lights on the dashboard you can see are door open, and sadly we're running out of diesel. Let's go and get some more diesel. In the cab, everything looks all right. It used to be a painter's van. There's still some signs of the painter being here. I haven't cleaned it all the way back. It's not too bad though. Your seat bolsters are all okay. There's no rips or tears. Really, it just needs somebody to take a bit more time to clean them up a little bit better and get rid of these little paint marks. Again, I haven't bothered. It was fine for me, just for humping plasterboard around it while I've been renovating a couple of houses. Nothing else has gone in it, and then apart from that, we've been camping weekends in it. Let's have a little look at the engine. They are a slightly noisier engine, the 2.5, which is why some people describe them as agricultural. But honestly, this is how they sound. They don't sound any different. There's no big lumps, knocks or bangs. And to bring the noise down a little bit, under the cab floor here, there's some insulation. It's a kind of like thick mat which reduces the noise. So we'll get in it, engage it into first gear, handbrake off. And we'll just go for a little drive down the road. You can hear the bed banging around in the back a little bit because there's no weight on it. Now, the van currently only has 1 month of MOT on it, so it's booked in to go for its MOT on Monday. It's the date today, 17th, so that's going to be Monday the 20th it'll get MOT'd. So it'll come with a full 12 months MOT. So you can see, plenty of power. With the 2.5 you get air conditioning, 6-speed gearbox. It doesn't have a cam belt either, which I'm not sure if anybody knows that, but these are gear driven, which means that you don't need to do that cam belt service. That's partly why they're described as agricultural though. With the gearing, it makes the engine a little bit more noisy. You don't really notice it when you're driving on the motorway though. This van will sit 70 miles an hour, 5th or 6th gear, loads of torque up and down hills, and it'll sit there all day long, and the engine's actually quite quiet when you're driving at a constant pace on the motorway. There's not too much noise coming up from the motorway either with these big tyres, which is a good thing. I thought it'd be worse than it is, but I was going for that sort of swamper look. And again, the van does look cool. It's a good looking van. It's got that look about it. In the pictures you'll see that I've got an ARB awning for the side. The ARB awning's not included in the sale. However, if you really want it, I'd be happy to sell it to you at a slight discount to what I paid for it. The reason for that, I'm going to use that on my split screen. So I think that pretty much covers it. So just to summarise then, the van is in very good condition really for the age. It's 2007. Bodywork definitely needs a little bit of attention if you want to make it look nicer. You're looking at getting some of these little rust spots on the hinges touched up. As you can see, it's pretty clean otherwise. Let's do another quick walk around for you. Got a couple of little scratches here where somebody's run a key over it because they didn't like it where it's parked. Again, these parts, these wings and bonnets are easily buyable on eBay, Gumtree. That's the only wing that's got, the second one that's got a bit of rust on it. Your door handles and things, you can get covers for these, black covers. I haven't bothered. But this, again, it's a clean looking van. And I think that pretty much summarises it. So best of luck. Put a bid on eBay. Hasta la vista.